If you run your fingers through your hair and more comes out than stays, and you have been quietly pretending it does not bother you, stop pretending. It bothers you. It has changed the way you look at yourself. You have stopped wearing your hair down. You have turned away from mirrors in bright light. And somewhere along the way, you started believing this was just what happens, that your body decided to let go and there was nothing you could do. That is the story your doctor told you. That is the story the commercials told you while selling you bottles that sit half-used under your sink. But in a mountain village outside Kyoto, an 80-year-old healer has spent 6 decades watching that story fall apart. The people in her care do not lose their hair the way you are losing yours. And the 10 reasons why are so simple that scientists are now studying them and calling them genius. One of those 10, the one I saved for last, may be the most important thing your hair has been missing for years. Let us start. Number 10, rice water. This is the oldest hair secret in Japan and the one most people outside of Asia have never heard of. The women in my village have been rinsing their hair with the water left over from washing rice for longer than anyone can remember. You take a cup of uncooked rice, cover it with water, swirl it with your fingers, and let it sit for 12 to 24 hours until it goes slightly cloudy and a little sour. Then you pour it over your hair after washing and leave it for 5 minutes before rinsing. The fermented starch coats the strand and feeds the scalp with B vitamins. A 2010 study published in the Journal of Cosmetic Chemists confirmed what we always knew. The inositol in rice water penetrates the hair shaft, reduces surface friction, and increases elasticity, so the hair stops catching, tangling, and snapping off before it ever gets long enough to see. Researchers at the Crazy Research Facility in Japan even used synchrotron radiation imaging to visualize inositol bonding inside individual hair strands. This is not folk wisdom anymore. It is peer-reviewed science hiding in your kitchen. Number 9, scalp massage. Not a quick rub with your fingertips while you shampoo. A slow, firm 4-minute massage every single night before bed. You press your fingertips into the scalp and move the skin itself, not just the hair. Small circles. Steady pressure. What this does is push blood into the tiny vessels that surround each follicle. A 2016 pilot study published in Aplasty took 9 men and had them use a standardized scalp massage device for 4 minutes a day. After 24 weeks, hair thickness increased by roughly 10%. Then a larger 2019 study published in Dermatology and Therapy surveyed 340 people with pattern hair loss who massaged their scalps daily. Nearly 69% reported their hair loss either stabilized or improved. Your scalp has been sitting quiet for years? The roots are not dead. They are just waiting for someone to knock on the door. Number 8, seaweed. The people along the Japanese coastline eat seaweed almost every day. Kombu, wakame nori. These are not garnish. They are some of the most mineral-dense foods on Earth. Your thyroid needs iodine to regulate the hormones that talk to your hair follicles, and seaweed is full of it. When the thyroid is sluggish, hair is the first thing the body stops spending energy on. It is not a priority when the body is struggling. A small strip of kombu in your soup or a sheet of nori with your rice. That is all it takes to give the thyroid what it has been asking for. But here is something most people miss. Everything I have told you so far works from the outside in. Rinses, massage, minerals you eat. The next 7 items flip the approach. They work from the inside out, changing your blood, your gut, and the chemistry that decides whether your follicles stay awake or shut down. That is where the real difference lives. Number 7, camellia oil. Now you have probably heard that coconut oil is the answer to everything. Put it on your hair, your skin, your toast, but coconut oil has a large molecular structure. It sits heavy on the follicle, clogs the pore, and for a lot of people, it actually makes thinning worse. The Japanese have known this for over 1,000 years, which is why they use something different. We call it sabaki oil. You warm 3 or 4 drops between your palms and press it gently into the ends and the scalp before bed. It does not sit heavy. It sinks in. It seals moisture into the strand, smooths the outer cuticle layer so it reflects light again, and delivers oleic acid directly to the root. Oleic acid makes up about 80% of camellia oil, and it is the same fatty acid your scalp produces naturally but makes less of as you age. You can find pure camellia oil in most health stores now. A small bottle lasts months because you need so little each time. Number 6, fermented soy. I want to tell you about a woman in my village named Hana. She came to me at 63 with hair so thin you could see her scalp through it. I did not give her a special treatment. I told her to eat natto every morning. I know. It is sticky, it smells strong, and most people outside of Japan push the bowl away after one look. But natto contains an enzyme called nattokinase that supports healthy blood flow and a form of vitamin K2 that helps the body move calcium where it belongs instead of where it does not. Hana ate it every morning for 5 months. Her hair did not transform overnight, but by the 6th month, the thin patches at her temples started filling in. When blood flows well, the scalp gets fed. When the scalp gets fed, the roots start doing their job again. If you cannot stomach natto, even a daily serving of miso soup or tempeh gives you some of the same benefit. Start there, and this next one surprised even me because it has nothing to do with what you put on your head or what you chew. You pour it. Number 5, green tea rinse. Brew a strong cup of green tea, let it cool completely, and pour it over your scalp after your normal wash. Leave it in. Do not rinse it out. Green tea is full of a compound called EGCG, epigallocatechin 3-gallet. A 2007 study published in Phytomedicine by researchers at Seoul National University found that EGCG stimulated dermal papilla cells, the cells at the base of every hair follicle that control the growth cycle, and promoted hair follicle elongation by over 80% in lab conditions. A separate study published in Frontiers in Pharmacology confirmed that EGCG extends the anagen growth phase. In Japan, green tea is not a trend. It is like water. We drink it, we cook with it, and now you are going to wash your hair with it too. The tannins calm the scalp. The antioxidants protect the follicle. And it costs almost nothing. Number 4, bamboo leaf silica. This is the one nobody talks about, and it drives me a little crazy. Your hair is built with a mineral called silica, and after menopause, your body's silica stores drop fast. Nobody tells you this. Your doctor does not mention it. The supplement aisle does not highlight it. But in the mountain towns near Kyoto, people steep dried bamboo leaves into tea and drink it a few times through the week. Silica is what gives the hair strand its strength and its stretch. Without enough of it, hair becomes brittle and snaps off before it ever gets long enough to notice. You wonder why your hair will not grow past a certain point. This is why. 1 cup of bamboo leaf tea, 3 or 4 times a week. Now compare that to what Western hair supplements give you. Biotin. They load every capsule with biotin and put a woman with gorgeous hair on the label. But biotin deficiency is actually rare. Most people already get enough from food. What they do not get enough of is silica, zinc, and iron. The bamboo leaf tea addresses the gap that actually exists, not the one that sells bottles. Number 3, black sesame seeds. There is a saying in Japanese folk medicine, if you want to know someone's health, look at their hair. And if you want to fix the hair, start with black sesame. These tiny seeds are packed with iron, magnesium, calcium, and healthy fat. They are also one of the richest plant sources of copper, which plays a direct role in melanin production, the pigment that gives hair its color. A 2010 study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that black sesame seed extract increased melanocyte activity in aging mice. A 2015 study on sesamin, one of the key compounds in sesame, showed it activated tyrosinase, the enzyme responsible for melanin synthesis, in a dose-dependent way. 1 tablespoon a day, ground fine and sprinkled over your rice or stirred into warm water. That is the whole instruction. Number 2, azuki bean scalp paste. This one surprises people. You take cooked azuki beans, mash them soft, and press the paste into your scalp for 10 minutes before washing. Azuki beans are rich in saponins, which are natural cleansers that lift away the buildup from hard water and products without stripping the oil your scalp needs to protect itself. They also deliver zinc and protein straight to the follicle. You will not find this in any store. You make it at home in 5 minutes. The women in my village do it once a week and have done it for generations. After 10 minutes, you rinse, and your scalp feels like it can breathe for the first time in months. And now, number 1. I saved this for last because in 60 years of caring for people, this is the single thing that has made the biggest difference I have ever seen. It is not a rinse. It is not a paste. It is not something you put on your head at all. It goes in your stomach. After menopause, the good bacteria in your gut thin out, just like the hair. And when the gut is weak, it does not matter what you eat or what you put on your scalp. The nutrients never arrive where they need to go. You could drink the rice water, eat the sesame seeds, and massage your scalp every night. But if your gut cannot absorb and deliver those nutrients, you are pouring water into a bucket with a hole in the bottom. Your gut needs 3 things. Living bacteria, the fiber those bacteria feed on. and the healing compounds they make once they are properly fed. In Japan, we have been drinking something that delivers all three for centuries. Kombucha, a simple fermented tea. When the gut is strong again, the hormones settle, the blood carries what it should, and the scalp starts receiving nourishment from the inside out. This is what I give the people who come to me for this. It is the foundation that makes everything else hold. Now, traditional kombucha is not hard to make, but it does take time, a SCOBY culture, and some patience to get right. If you want to try brewing your own, there are good tutorials online and it is worth learning. But if you want to start today without the brewing process, I like BoochBod Kombucha Gummies. I make my own kombucha at home because I have the time and the knowledge. But for everyone watching online who can't brew their own, I give BoochBod Kombucha Gummies. The link is in the description, or you can search BoochBod Kombucha Gummies on Amazon. Tell me in the comments which of these 10 you are going to try first. I read every single one. Until next time.